Ben, we're standing here at the launch of TOCA Juniors, which is incredibly exciting. You've just seen the car unveil for the first time. Tell me what you're thinking.
I'm glad it's revealed, is what I'm thinking.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So I've been talking with Dave for a long time, trying to make sure that this was going to be a successful initiative. You know, we need a junior championship in the TOCA package. Dave obviously runs the Junior Saloon Car Championship and now Track Action on BARC race meetings. So we know him well of old, and when Janetta pulled out of touring cars, whenever that was, a couple of years back, he said, I remember him saying to me, do you think you could give me Alan Gow's number? And I said, well, just get in touch with him. I said, you know, just if you want to, you're not going to get any favours because you're coming through me. You know, if you've got a proposal to put to him, then do it. And it's really great to see that that conversation and that proposal has ended up going somewhere in the course of the past 2 years. It's now going to take shape. It's going to be on the track next year. You know, it's really good for everybody. We all need a junior championship on the TOCA package. It's good for the circuits because the testing comes with that from the teams. It's good for the young drivers because you get a career path all the way through that. It's good for the spectators because the junior driving is always first class. And yeah, it's just, all in all, it's really good for the whole thing.
So that gap of 2 years, it's clearly been missed.
Yeah, I think it's been missed from a junior point of view. I think the TOCA package has stayed really strong with some of the guest series that have come in, so I don't think the spectators have been shortchanged. But there was a good following for the juniors, and that's something that we missed since Giannetta's pulled out of that. So it will be really good, I think, to have the younger drivers back in the TOCA paddock, and I think everyone will enjoy that.
We're talking younger, we're talking 14 to 17-year-olds, we're talking 26 cars potentially on the grid, hopefully, when the season starts next year. Obviously, that time will tell. We've just seen the sort of prototype there. So still, you know, a few hurdles to go through. But in terms of, you know, what makes a young driver, then, you know, they've got a platform here to go on to other big things. But what's expected of a young driver in motorsport nowadays?
Oh, I think you have to ask the team owners much higher up what they're expecting of a young driver. I think what the junior package is designed to do is to give junior drivers seat time, to give them experience. And what I really like about what Dave does with the Junior Saloon Car Championship is it's all about the development of the driver. Now that will be maybe slightly less here in the TOCA package because it's a bit more. I was going to call it serious. I don't mean that the Junior Saloon Car Championship is not serious. It really is. It's a fabulous package for 14 to 17-year-old drivers. But TOCA Junior, you know, being on that package, it comes with an extra level of responsibility. Obviously, the budgets are higher, so you're more with professional teams rather than with maybe father and son or daughter, of course. So developing young drivers so that they've got the underpinning knowledge and skills at a young age that enables them to go further in their career is really what junior driving is all about. So while it's an end in itself, you know, and being junior champion would be fantastic, maybe some of the better drivers in the future will be finishing 8th, 9th, 10th in the championship, but this is where they're cutting their teeth. And if I was a parent and I was advising, or rather if I was advising a parent of potential young drivers, I always say to them, it's not about the results at the age of 16. You're not trying to make a 16-year-old world champion. What you're trying to do is put those things in place that means that when they get to 25, 26 years old and they're still in the sport, then they've got the best possible opportunity to succeed. It's like we've just seen the Olympics for the last 2 years. You know, with the exception of maybe Sky Brown, you know, who wins the bronze medal at the age of 12 years old in the skateboarding. Nobody in the Olympics is there when they started their gymnastics career or they started their swimming career, or they were winning their age group heats, but you don't take it so seriously that it's a world championship, and it's not. And so it's a very long-winded answer to, for me, junior driving is about enjoying it, having a lifelong love of motorsport, building your skills both on and off the track, and growing as a person. If you put all that together and then you come out as a good driver as well, then you've got all the tools that you need for the future. And
the building blocks, really.
Absolutely,
yeah.
and it's really important. So it does need to be commercially viable, but it's much more about the development of the young people, I think. And if we can make sure that the heart of what we're doing keeps that at the centre, then we'll be okay.
And there's quite a lot of pressure on young sports people now. With social media and everything. You cut a couple of decades ago to what drivers used to be. Might have one camera on them at the end of the race or whatever. Now it's social media. There's everything. They have to be the whole package, and that's. When we were talking about the single make, it's going to be exciting as we racing. But Dave did say he's got a few little tweaks in there that's going to, keep an eye on a few people and make sure that it's the driver ability shines through.
Yeah, junior driving has to be about driver ability. I think if you're genuinely looking to develop young drivers and give them a platform to learn their skills, you can't have it as checkbook racing. You can't have the ability to buy a performance advantage, because that undermines the whole thing. There are plenty of championships and series around the world where you can do that, and that's great. Good luck to you. But if you're really serious about a development championship, you can't be having that kind of advantage that's available to some and not to others. But you're right about social media. It's great looking at the young drivers in the paddock and seeing just how competent and confident they are, and also seeing how they develop. So when they come in maybe at the age of 14, it's a bit sort of rabbit in headlights. By the time they get to 15 or 16, they're in their second or maybe third season. It's like, look at the way these young people have grown and evolved, and how now they present themselves. Again, not just on the track, not just in their racing driver activity, but off the track as well as human beings. That's something that I know that Dave and Vicky are very proud of in terms of what they've achieved with JSCC in the last 10 years.
Certainly the F4, we just interview some of those young drivers, you can see it. They have respect, they have a way of conducting themselves, and that's important for whatever. Even if they give up motor racing after the season that they're going into, it'll give them a really good solid foundation and confidence that comes with everything, doesn't it? Yeah,
I think we forget how young they really are. I know that my children at the age of 14, I wouldn't have allowed them to be doing it, but I wouldn't have think that they'd have the confidence and the competence to be able to do that. So I think what these guys do is absolutely fantastic, and